Oh, kicked them out again. This has kicked them out again, mate. Why
But
did it kick them out?
I've not got a clue. Is it because there's three of us, or that shouldn't be a thing though, should it?
Nah, it shouldn't be a thing at all.
I'm going to go onto his group and see if it's showing us alive.
I think it is, mate. So yeah, guys, I think we're having technical difficulties here, so just bear with us. We haven't stolen Colin's group or yet. We're trying to get Colin in. So how do I've done this before with more than 2 people though. I don't know why it's not liking it, letting us do this. Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely live on the group, but it's there's a big delay on it.
Okay. Well, let's just message Colin to see that, make sure he's. Yeah. We'll try and get Colin back in shortly. Looks like it's just me.
I'm here, mate.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, Colin invited us into the group to go through a little bit about what we do here at iGen Entreprenuer. So, you might tell from my accent, I'm not based the other side of the pond. I'm based in Ireland, believe it or not. So, yeah, I'm mobile. Liam is based. Where are you based at the moment, Liam?
Well, I'm from the north of England. I'm currently in the Canary Islands for the next few months. So yeah, I kind of travel the world while work. So yeah, one of the benefits of being able to earn online.
Awesome. So living that laptop lifestyle, Liam.
Very much so, mate. Very much so. No going back.
Cool. So yeah, Colin invited us on just to talk a little bit about what we do at iGen Entrepreneur, and I'll share my story in a little moment. From the stream title, probably tell I run a business online to be in this group. I basically run a business from a laptop in my spare room, and yeah, I've managed to do well. We're on track to do £500,000 sterling, so Great British pounds this year, and I think we were working out that is 7 figures Canadian just before the call. So I suppose I'm a 7-figure seller somewhere in the world, which is quite cool. But yeah, if that's of interest, guys, if you want to drop a comment, ask any questions, we'll be kind of sharing a little bit about how you get started and what we do at iGen Entrepreneur. But Liam, can I let you take over?
Of course.
Talk about iGen and yeah, what your background is and how it all works.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Lloyd. Yeah, basically, so my name's Liam. I'm a global business development manager for iGen Entrepreneur. So ultimately, I'm in charge of, sort of us bringing in new clients and growing out what's now becoming a bit of an army. We've got well over 200 clients now. So ultimately, what we do at iGen Entrepreneur, in a nutshell, we coach and train people to start and scale an Amazon FBA business. We use Blueprint Training, Blueprint Training course, which was created by our owner, Luke Filer. So Luke himself is an extremely successful Amazon seller. He's built it up to the point now where he's completely outsourced. So he has 6 or 7 virtual assistants running his business, and he literally doesn't touch it. And that's one of the beauties of it. And one of the things that we look to do for our clients is scale them up over a period of time, help them get all the relevant systems in place, and eventually then take on staff members to which they can outsource it. We get all sorts of clients. We get a lot of clients that have already started selling on Amazon and are maybe struggling after a period of time, as we find a lot of people do without the correct training. We also get people that are just sort of starting out and looking for that side hustle or a way out of the the day-to-day rat race. As with myself and Lloyd both, we both have very corporate backgrounds. I was a manager in sort of banks and insurance companies for a lot of years. We've both stepped away. Eamon, who's our head coach, again, more corporate background. He's full-time here. Same with Luke. And the same with a lot of our clients. You know, each month now there's another client that's leaving their full-time job. So ultimately, yeah, I mean, the reason we've come on to Collins Call is we're looking to expand out a little bit more. We've signed a good few people up in the USA now, in Canada, other countries around the world too. I've signed a lady up recently in the Philippines. I've got a lady in Switzerland, Spain. We've got a number of people in Germany. So we very, very much want to take this worldwide. And it's something that can be operated from anywhere. You may have heard the stories of people starting on Amazon and not doing so well, and a lot of that is down to not having the correct kind of training. There's a lot more to it than you would think, but when you've got an actual blueprint to follow, blueprint training to follow, and you've got a coach that you can speak with, a community 200 strong, all working towards the same goals, all of a sudden becomes very easy, and we see some very early success with some of our clients. And what we'll do, we'll drop the link to our own Facebook community in here so that you can go and have a look yourself. There's a lot of social proof in there, and you can go and have a little look at it. Anybody that is interested, the route that we would take is we can get a Zoom call arranged, and I will show you the ins and outs of how it all works, the nuts, the bolts, how the training works, how the coaching works. We'll show you some of the actual success stories and go from there. But yeah, even if you just want to have a little nosy, have a look into what we do, no obligation whatsoever. I'm happy to have a call and show you it. But yeah, I can't think of many businesses in the world that you could start up from scratch and earn profit in the first week, and build from there. A close friend of mine started, Stephen, he started at the start of August. Since then, he's done probably round about, if we're talking Canadian, probably about 15,000 plus in the space of 90 days. Well, he's done 9,000 English in his first 3 months with a few thousand in profit there, and he will continue to scale up. And this is somebody that in July didn't know what Amazon arbitrage was, and now is building towards a very successful business. So yeah, by all means, drop us a comment, and we can get that arranged. I'll get Colin to sort of pin the link on there as well.
Yeah, I mean, Steve is, I actually interviewed Steve. I'm going to drop a link to YouTube video in the comments, so you can check that out. And yeah, I mean, not to use too many cliches or terms of phrases, because I'm quite well known for that, but literally it has changed my life. I was working, I actually was working from home for the past 5 years for a health and safety company. Corporate job, well paid, but didn't particularly enjoy it, wasn't fulfilling whatsoever. I was being monitored on pretty much everything. Emails had to be written in a certain way, lots of standard operating procedures and lots of compliance and lots of data quality, and you can imagine health and safety. I think health and safety, the Canadian version of that is, well, whatever it is, but yeah, it's not particularly fulfilling. Can be quite lucrative because you're doing this for other businesses. So my job was sales. A builder would come to us and we would manage their health and safety and do all the paperwork, but it really wasn't fulfilling. So I made a decision 2 years ago to replace my full-time income, my full-time job, using Amazon. So I actually managed to do that within 6 months, and I've been full-time for the past 18. So, I mean, it has changed my life. A much better quality of life, much less stress, and I get to work for me. I went to Spain for a couple of weeks about a month ago, and didn't have to check the timetable to see if there was cover in for my role. Yeah, it was great. Didn't check in with my boss, didn't have to ask permission. And yeah, did a little bit of work while I was out there and posted a photo of me on the beach and wrote Amazon FBA on the beach and sent it to my team. So big part of my success. And not to well, we can talk about core values if people are interested in that, but one of the big core values at iGen Entreprenuer is a systems mindset. So there's a very famous saying that people don't break, systems do. So if you're not achieving what you want to achieve, it's not that you're probably working hard enough. It's probably down to the fact that you're not running the right systems. So if you've looked at Amazon FBA before, if you've looked at building a business online and maybe seen people who are driving Lambos and all that type of stuff, and they'll be showing their sales figures and that type of thing and kind of being put off. One of our other values is radical self-responsibility and just accountability. So I'm live in our public group every Wednesday. Our head coach, Eamon, he has 2 or 3 hours worth of coaching every week for clients. So we're very transparent about what we do. We're very clear about what you need to put in place. So if you've looked at Amazon FBA before and maybe not got as far as you'd like, or maybe been put off by the amount of work that you need to do to find opportunities, then what we actually coach and what we actually help within our blueprint is systems to basically learn the skills that you need to, and then take those skills and pass them on and pass that torch to your team and build the team out. So a little bit like what Colin does, high ticket appointment setters, is we leverage, first of all, the ability to, we leverage Amazon FBA. So Amazon FBA is Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon. So basically the process of that, so if you're not aware, just to kind of pull the curtain back a little bit on Amazon, the majority of items that are bought and sold on Amazon are done by people from like me. They're done by third-party sellers. So Jeff Bezos, a couple of years ago, he wrote a letter to shareholders and basically said, third-party Amazon sellers are kicking our ass. And it was in reference to that people like me and people like Eamon and Luke and everyone else that runs an Amazon business are great at finding opportunities, sending those products into Amazon warehouses, and then Amazon doing what they do really well, which is marketing. The Amazon brand is, well, the biggest company in the world, one of the biggest companies in the world, beg your pardon, and logistics. So what you're able to do with an Amazon business is you're able to leverage the systems that Amazon has put in place, but their marketing, their customer service, their website, their logistics, and all you need to be able to do is identify opportunities where you can buy. This is actually an Amazon Basics stapler, so it's a really bad example. But yeah, if you bought a tape measure, if you can find a tape measure for $5 somewhere and it's on Amazon for $15, you can then put that in the box, forward it onto Amazon, and when that sells, you get a cut of that $15. And if you do that enough times, you can basically achieve the things that you want to achieve. So whether that's to pay for, Christmas presents, whether it's to pay for holiday, whether it's to, replace your income. Like Liam said, the actual opportunity on Amazon pre-COVID was exceptional. I started my journey before COVID hit. COVID has basically accelerated the opportunity that's there. So there is a really famous British entrepreneur called Theo Petitis, who runs retail stores, and he explained what happened in 3 months during COVID would have happened over 6 years to the high street. So all this retail that was kind of moving away from the high street back to the internet, was just accelerated. So there is such a massive opportunity right now on Amazon Q4 at the moment, which is just absolutely crazy for sales because everyone's at home. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and yeah, just jumping on Amazon and buying the things that they want and need. So for me, that's kind of why I'm so passionate to pass this torch on and help other people achieve what they want to achieve, because at the end of the day, you're only like kind of one aha moment from your future. Just that little bit of knowledge, or if you've tried something before and come up against a brick wall, then it can be just a little tweak. And I mean, Liam, if you want to kind of jump in, we have so many people who are already starting, who are already selling on Amazon, saying, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm doing all this work, I don't seem to have any time or any profit at the end of the month. So we look at that, and we're able to help those people as well.
Yeah, that's it. And I think most people's problem, I'm sure a lot of you out there you've heard of Amazon selling, fulfilled by Amazon, but it's a matter of doing it in the right way. And what we've got at iGen is a blueprint of how to do it. So when Luke started out a few years ago, he made a lot of the mistakes at the beginning that we see clients making. But being as intelligent and as tenacious as he is, he kept going, and instead he got to a point where he's earning an extremely good living now from next to no time. Instead of sitting back on that, he's created a course to, and he gets the biggest of kicks out of seeing other people brought along with him. And it's not even just about the amount of products that you're shifting on Amazon, it's having them systems in place to make sure that that your return on your investment's correct, that you're getting good percentages, that when you're buying stock it's all going to sell within a certain time frame, being able to analyze those products, all them kind of things. And then ultimately having systems in place to be able to scale month on month. The majority of our clients, anybody that comes, takes it seriously, works through the blueprint, they will see genuine gains month on month. I'll use my friend Stephen as an example again. He came on the first month, he started with, I think, a £500 investment for his stock. The first month he did £2,000 of sales with £400, this is English, of profit. Second month he did £3,000 in sales. Third month, over £4,000 in sales, and that's how it goes, because ultimately you're going to be trained how to find the right products that are going to sell within a certain time frame with a certain return on your investment, and you're going to be then working within that cash cycle. Once you've mastered that, and and we've trained you, and you know how to source the products, ultimately then that's something that can be outsourced. We can then train up and hire a virtual assistant for you that will do the product sourcing. We can train up and hire a virtual assistant that will do all your admin, and eventually even as far as having a purchasing manager or an overall manager. So Luke now has stepped completely away from his Amazon business because he has a virtual assistant that will manage the others. And that's the level you can get it to. A lot of people miss that step. They'll step into the industry, they'll take on virtual assistants straight away that are not of a good caliber, and ultimately the business ends up crumbling. We've got a lot of people as clients of ours that have had some very bad experiences with Amazon, and we've been able to sort them out. So if there are any of you out there that have already started trying, or you've done it before and given up, you don't need to give up hope on this, and there's still certainly an opportunity for you. If you've got any kind of interest on it whatsoever, jump on a call with me, let me show you exactly how it works inside and out, and I'll show you all of our success stories. I'll show you the nuts and bolts of how iGen works, and I think it's something you'll want to give a shot at.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of questions just from Colin and Will, so we've kind of covered them, but certainly just go into a little bit more detail in terms of getting started. Is it expensive to get started? I mean, really, we have people come on, Liam, who start with budgets like Stephen, with what's that? Yeah, like $1,000 Canadian. You can start with less.
Yeah.
So I would say that
it can. I mean, I was going to say it can be started at any amount. The same with anything. It's obviously the more money that you put in and invest in stock, the quicker you're going to scale and get up to the kind of figures you want to then be able to to run it as a full-time business. But ultimately, it can be started at any amount. And the beauty of it is, like with what my friend Stephen did, he came on and he saw the success within that first month. So he dipped his toe in with £500. So you can dip in. The month after, he then put a larger lump sum in. He's at a point now where he's looking at actually taking a loan out to move on into wholesale, because he's got the systems in place. He's got a very good return on his investment. he's able to step away from the business a little bit, and he wants to scale even further. So ultimately, if you've got some money to invest and a little bit of time to begin with, even just maybe an hour a day, if you've got some money to invest and an hour a day, you can start from the bottom and start working it. Once you see the systems in place, once you're selling products through and you're making, 40 to 50% return on your investment, you're then going to want to feed it the cash. But what you have to make sure is that all the systems are in place to be able to scale. I had a client come to us in June that we signed up. He'd done 25 grand, 25k of sales the month before, but he was in a mess. He was only doing 14% return on his investment. He was sat on bad stock. His Amazon account health was really bad, and we've been able to revamp that. But yeah, in answer to that question, it can be started pretty much with any amount.
Yeah, and Colin, great question there. Yeah, it's a bit of well, I could talk about this all night, but how long would it take to build a business with the program? I mean, really, you could start selling within a couple of days. Really, I think the turnaround to get your Amazon account registered and set up, it's different all over the world. In the UK, it's about a week, sometimes a little bit longer. The States, obviously, there's more sellers, probably take less. But really, in terms of
I've had clients. I've had clients selling within kind of 3 days. So yeah, it's literally within 3 days. So and the good thing, the way that we train as well, it's not one of these boring training courses where you're going to turn up every Wednesday and take notes. It's a video-based training, which after the first few modules, you can start selling, because the very minimum you will get from us is a month's worth of product leads. So you can start selling products that we've already sourced and we've already analyzed for you. So you can very much hit the ground running and do the training alongside it. You then have the access to our mastermind group, where we've got 200 plus clients, people that are just starting out now, right through to people doing 40, 50K a month with a very, very big return. So you've got that support there as well. But ultimately, as I'd said with Stephen and with various others, there's a young lady that I did an accountability check with today. She's done almost £3,000 in her first month, and she didn't know a great deal, about Amazon or Amazon FBA. She comes on, train, and it's not guidance on how to sell. This is over-the-shoulder video training from experts, physically showing you on Amazon, on Google, exactly what to do step by step. So anybody that comes on, follows the blueprint, has a little bit of money to invest, will see that success. And obviously, the more you invest, the more success you'll see. But you can suck it and see. You literally within that first week, you could be selling products, and once you're selling products and seeing that kind of return, you're going to want to pump more into it. But then that's going to be down to you. Some people really take their time with the training and have a slow burner and build up over months. Some people, like Stephen, within a couple of months, they're looking for loans because they can see what's happening and they want to scale up as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's there's not really anywhere else that I'm aware of. I mean, before Amazon, I ran a cleaning business, so it's completely different, as you can imagine. Did all the kind of phone calls to generate cleaning jobs, and tried to recruited people that some were really good, some weren't so good with Amazon. And yeah, with Amazon, not to get too technical, Amazon make it very easy to identify opportunities. So they will release a lot of their sales data. So every Amazon page you can go on, whether it's a stapler or whether it's, mouse mat or just look at what's here. But you can go on to an actual Amazon page, log into the data, and see how often something sells each month, what it sells for. So if you can find that product at a cheaper source, we'll keep you a list of websites where those products are available. Just need to put one against the other and sell it up, and just take that different price point. So yeah, there's still massive opportunity on Amazon. I was told whenever I started, the opportunity's gone, there's too many sellers, and it's exploded over the last few years. So it's a very, very low barrier to entry. Yeah, and it's a very straightforward business. I would say that, I have a sales background. ran a cleaning business for a while. Don't really need any business acumen because with our model, you don't need to speak to anyone. It's literally ordering items from certain websites, sending it to a third-party warehouse that handles everything, and then they forward that on to Amazon, and then Amazon does its magic. So Amazon will store your items, they'll send it out to customers. If there's a return, they'll receive the return, send it back out again for sale again. And it's such a great way to start off with an entrepreneurship. If you have streams of income, it's a very, very easy stream of income to dovetail with everything else, because you know if you run any other type of business, you can kind of deal with problems. Whereas Amazon, the only real challenge that you've got is finding products, and Amazon looks after 90% of that journey from customer going onto Amazon, finding something, and then receiving it. Amazon looks after 90% of that journey. If you're in a position where you can, read very, very simple data, work out profits, things like that, very straightforward. Very straightforward.
And I think that's one of the key. Yeah, I think that's one of the key points as well. Is not everybody wants to open an Amazon business and that be the thing they do, but this can be like a catalyst for a lot of other things, as it is for everybody that works at iGen and for a lot of our clients. It can be used, if you build yourself up over the space of a year, you can get to a point where you're earning a lot of money. You're then outsourcing it, so the majority of the business is being dealt with. You could get down to a day a week, half a day a week, even less in some cases, and then focus on something else. Luke has started up a second and a third business. Some people, I've signed a couple of guys up from London recently, young guys, late teens, and they are building up an Amazon business so that they can outsource it and they can use the profits to trade crypto with, to do day trading. Some people are using it to get into the NFT world, but the bottom line is you can get to a point where you're going to earn thousands and thousands per month and not have to spend a lot of time, and it can be done from anywhere. And if you use the model, as Lloyd mentioned, a lot of people start doing their own prep and that kind of things. Our business model is we set you up with a prep center. So if you're in the US or Canada or you're selling into the UK, you have a third-party prep center. So you're ordering the products. You've been trained. You know what you're looking for. You're going to order your products online. They're going to go to your prep center. The prep center are going to send it to Amazon. And ultimately, then you're responsible for the purchasing, finding the products and the purchasing. Once you have mastered that, you can then, for a very small amount of money, outsource that to a very sort of well-trained virtual assistant, and ultimately then you just become the gatekeeper, the boss of your business. And if you can run, we've got people that are doing 10,000-15,000 pound a month in clear profit and spending next to no time on the business, meaning then they've got money to invest in new opportunities, jump on new businesses. Depends on what your why is. For me, it's I want it to be location independent. I enjoy traveling. I've spent probably 6 months of the last 3 years in the UK, traveled the US, Canada, spent a lot of time in California. I'm out in the Canary Islands now for 3 months, and that's purely because I earn my money online.
Muted, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you can kind of pick your poison real with it. If you want to, replace your income, you can do that. If you wanted to invest in kind of crypto markets, you can do that. But at the end of the day, cash is king, and all these things need to be paid for. So that's what we use these businesses for. So yeah, part of the discovery and strategy call that you can book with Liam is, this is what I want to achieve. This is how long I've got to do it. This is possible, and we'll sit with a calculator, cash flow projection, and work that out for you if you want. So part of that, the call, I've just dropped a link to book in the discovery call with Liam. There's no obligation. Jump on a call, get booked in, find out what we're about. And yeah, great time to get started. Everyone's kind of buzzing about Christmas. It'd be great to start off the new year with Amazon business and a few sales already under your belt. Yeah, if there's anything else, feel free to reach out to me or Liam. We can add us as friends, and send us a message. We're very transparent about what we do. So yeah, get involved. there anything else you
Yeah,
want
and I
to
think
add,
if
Liam? Okay.
yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know if it's already been done, but if you or Colin can add sort of a link into our free Facebook group, our iGen Facebook group, because that's going to give you a very good idea of what we do. There's a lot of our current clients in there. You can see some of our live calls with, with figureheads in the industry. But ultimately, if there's any part of you at all that wants to look into this, or has thought of doing a side hustle, or have contemplated Amazon or e-coms in the past, I promise you, if you jump on a call with me, you won't believe some of the results that we're getting. And as Lloyd had said, there's no obligation. I'll talk you through exactly how the business model works, how all our packages work, how the training works inside and out. And if nothing else, you'll get some sound advice. We save a lot of people a lot of time and money on those calls. Not everybody's a good fit. We're not a good fit for everybody, and not everybody's a good fit. We want to be bringing in people that are going to come in, work, get their head down, work hard, follow the blueprint, grow their business over a period of time. And what we do is extremely strong. We do very little marketing. A lot of what we do is from, speaking in other groups, showcasing what we do, referrals from clients that are already doing well. So yeah, by all means, get a call booked in, get yourself into the space, join the group. And if you've got any further questions, like Lloyd had said, add myself, add Lloyd, get in and amongst it, because most people that I speak to don't want to be doing the jobs that they do, and this 100% is a way out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Get involved. Call, and yeah, there's people sharing their success in the public group. Yeah, get involved. Don't think there's anything else. I knew I wouldn't be able to keep this to half an hour because I do tend to ramble on, but yeah, I love it. It's great fun. So if there's anything else, guys, get yourself booked on a call and get a chat to Liam. Reach out to me, reach out to Liam, and yeah.
Yeah.
Not watching any. Well, he's not
Or
here,
Colin.
but I think he's watching. So yeah, oh, Colin. Yeah. Thanks, Colin, for sorry we kicked you out of it over, but yeah, it's good fun. So appreciate it.
This is the takeover.
This is the takeover.
But yeah, thank you,
Cool.
thank you for having us, guys. Yeah. Anything you need, drop us a line.
Cool. See you guys.